Hi everyone, in this tutorial we're gonna go ahead and create another Android application. So just click on this Start a New Android Studio Project. So here for the application name, just type in here app 31 dash Android Lifecycle, okay? Life cycle. And then click on next. Here choose API 16, Android 4.1 Jelly Bean for minimum SDK, phone and tablet, okay? Next. And here choose blank activity, next. And then click on finish, okay? Now let's actually select this hello world text view here and then press on delete key on your keyboard, and then let's actually go inside this res folder, layout, activity underline main.xml, and then select this floating action button and then press on delete key on your keyboard, okay? So now let's actually go back inside this main activity.java file here, and then let's actually delete these lines of code that are related to the options menu, and then delete these lines of code that are related to the floating action button. Now I want to actually put in some more methods inside of this class, okay? So as you can see, this is the onCreate method, okay? This is actually one of the Android lifecycle methods. And now I want to add the other lifecycle methods inside this main activity class, okay? So first of all, inside this main onCreate method, I want to actually create a toast in order to show the user a message when my application runs, okay? So first of all, in order to create a toast, I need to refer to the name of the toast class, okay? Toast, okay? Dot make text. So as you can see, this toast class has a method, a static method actually, that we can call on this class, okay? This method is a class method, so that we can call this method on this class, okay? And inside of the parentheses of this method, we need to specify 3 arguments, okay? So here, for the first argument, we need to specify the context, okay? So for the context, we can actually refer to this class, okay? So this, okay, comma, and now I need to specify the text that I want to show the user, okay? So I just need to put in 2 double quotes, and inside the double quotes I can just type in that the onCreate method is called, okay? And comma, and then I need to actually specify the duration of my message, okay? The duration of the message that is being shown to the user. So here I can just type in toast dot length long, okay? And now I need to actually call the method show on this method, okay? On this make text method. So dot show, okay? So now it's gonna actually show this message to the user, okay? So let's actually add the other methods here. After the ending curly brace of this onCreate method, now I want to add the other lifecycle methods to this class. So the other lifecycle method is the method onStart, okay? So I'm gonna paste this method here, and then I'm gonna explain to you what's going on here. So as you can see here, this is the method onStart, okay? And as you can see, the return type of this method is void, and the name of this method is onStart, okay? And as you can see here, the access modifier of this method is protected, and this means that this method is only visible to the class that this method is actually created and the subclasses that inherit from this class, okay? And as you can see here, inside of this method, we are calling the super.onStart method, okay? As we did for this onCreate method, super.onCreate. And now, as you can see, we actually created this toast here, toast.makeText. This is for the context of this application, this, okay? We are referring to this class main activity that is actually controlling the activity underline main.xml, okay? And here, this is the text of our toast. OnStart method is called, okay? And here the duration of the text, okay? Toast.length long dot show, okay? And here we are actually showing the message to the user. Now let's actually add the other lifecycle method. So here I'm gonna paste this method here, and then I'm gonna explain to you what's going on here, okay? So as you can see here, the other method is onResume, okay? So for the first time that this application is actually going to start, so the first method that is going to be called is this method onCreate, okay? and then it's going to show this message to the user. And the second method that that is going to be called is this onStart method, okay? And this message is going to be shown to the user. And the third method that is going to be called is this onResume method, okay, as you can see. And here it says toast.makeText. This onResume method is called toast.lengthLong.show, okay? So now let's actually run our project and see what happens, okay? So as you can see, the onCreate method is called, the onStart method is called, and then the onResume method is actually called, okay? So now let's actually call the other methods here. Let's actually override the other lifecycle methods inside of this class, okay, inside of this main activity class. So the other lifecycle method that I want to put inside of this class is the onPause method. So as you can see here, this is the onPause method, okay? And here, as you can see, I'm going to actually show this message to the user when this application is actually on the onPause state, okay? And now I want to actually override the other lifecycle method here inside of this class. So now I'm going to actually paste in the other lifecycle method inside of this class, okay? So as you can see here, the other lifecycle method is this onRestart method, okay? And here I'm going to actually show this message to the user. OnRestart method is called, okay? And now let's actually put in the other lifecycle method inside of this class. So the other lifecycle method is onDestroy method, okay? So this method is going to be called when the application, when the activity is actually completely destroyed, and and the activity is not stored in memory anymore, okay? So this method onDestroy is going to be called in that specific time, and this message onDestroy method is going to be shown to the user, okay? So now let's actually run our project and see what happens, okay? So as you can see, the onCreate method is called, okay? And then the onStart method is called here, and then the onResume method is called, okay? So now our application is actually under onResume state, okay? So now if I actually click on this back button, let's see what happens. So now let's actually click on this back button here and let's see what happens, okay? So as you can see here, the onPause method is called, and then the onDestroy method is called. So now our application is actually completely destroyed and it is not stored in memory anymore, okay? So now I want to actually go back to our application. I want to start my application again. So here inside this menu, I can actually search for my application. As you can see, this is our app31 Android lifecycle. So the onCreate method is called, the onStart method is called, and then the onResume method is called. So now our application is in the onResume state, okay? So here I want to actually go to the home, okay? So to the home screen of my emulator. So I just need to click on this Ledo circle here, as you can see. And as you can see, the onPause method is called, and now our application is actually on the onPause state, okay? Now if I want to go back to my application, let's see what happens. Here, as you can see, if I click on this Ledo square here, now I can see the other applications in the background, okay? So this application is actually in the background. And now if I select it, onRestart method is called, okay? onStart method is called, and then the onResume method is going to be called. So again, our application is on the onResume state, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And if you have any questions about Android lifecycle, please post a discussion in the course, and then I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.